Here's a motivational speech on Zeus, the supreme god of Greek mythology. I've shaped it like something you might hear from a powerful leader, inspiring warriors or dreamers. Zeus, the supreme god of Greek mythology. Friends, dreamers, and seekers of greatness. When the storm clouds gather and the winds howl, we remember the figure of Zeus, the king of the gods. He was not born into a throne handed on a silver plate. No, he rose to power through courage, vision, and an unshakable will. He faced the mighty Titans, forces far greater than himself, and triumphed because he refused to bow to fear. Zeus teaches us a lesson. Greatness is not given, it is taken by those bold enough to claim it. He held the thunderbolt, not just as a weapon, but as a symbol, a reminder that true power is the ability to take control of your own destiny. He ruled the heavens not through brute strength alone, but through wisdom, strategy, and the courage to lead when the world was in chaos. We too face our titans, the obstacles, doubts, and challenges that seem impossible to overcome. But remember this, the storm does not destroy you, it forges you. Every trial is your lightning bolt, every struggle your mountaintop, every victory your Olympus. When the path ahead looks dark, summon the spirit of Zeus within you. Stand tall, command the storm, let your voice be thunder that echoes through the valleys of doubt, and above all, never forget that you were not born to cower in the shadows, you were born to rule your own skies. So rise, take your thunderbolt, whatever it may be, your talent, your dream, your will, and strike boldly. The world does not belong to the timid. It belongs to those who, like Zeus, dare to be supreme. If you want, I can also make you a shorter, punchier Instagram reel, style version that's more cinematic and intense, that would hit even harder for quick motivation. ChatGPT said, when Zeus faced the Titans, he was not just confronting enemies, he was standing against forces that had ruled the world long before he was born. The Titans were giants in every sense, massive in power, ancient in rule, and deeply entrenched in their authority. For any lesser being, the idea of challenging them would have been unthinkable, yet Zeus did not hesitate. He knew that the only way to change the world was to face the greatest power it had ever known, even if the odds seemed impossible. This is where the first and most important key to greatness comes alive. You must face your titans. In life, your titans will not be colossal beings made of stone and rage. They will be your fears, your doubts, your failures, your comfort zones, and the towering obstacles that stand between you and your dreams. They will be the challenges that make you question whether you are strong enough, smart enough, or worthy enough to succeed. Titans are not always external enemies. Many of them live inside you. They are the voices that whisper, you can't, you're not ready, or it's too late. Zeus understood something vital. Running from such forces only makes them stronger. Every day you delay facing your titans, they grow taller in your mind. They cast longer shadows over your ambitions until you believe they are unshakable. But here's the truth, no titan is invincible when confronted with courage and persistence. The act of facing them changes you. It draws out strength you didn't know you had, just as Zeus discovered his true power only in the heat of battle. Facing your titans requires preparation, but it also requires boldness. You cannot wait until you feel ready, because readiness is a myth. Zeus didn't wait for the perfect moment, he created it. He rallied allies, used strategy, and struck with full force. Likewise in your life, you must be willing to act in spite of fear, to speak when your voice trembles, to take the leap when your knees shake. The titan in your path is a test not of how much you know, but of how much you are willing to risk to claim your place in the world. Every time you face a titan, something profound happens. You prove to yourself that you are more powerful than you thought, that victory becomes a lightning bolt in your hand, a weapon you can use against every future challenge. And with each titan you conquer, you rise higher, gaining the strength and confidence to face the next one. The lesson is simple but not easy. Do not avoid what scares you most, run toward it, meet it on the battlefield. Stand firm even when the ground shakes. The titans in your life are there for a reason. They are the gatekeepers to your personal Olympus. And only those who face them, as Zeus did, will ever stand on the peak and claim the skies. ChatGPT said, when Zeus rose to power, the thunderbolt did not simply fall into his hands as a gift. It was a symbol of authority, but more importantly, it was a tool of action. He had to take it, claim it, and wield it with purpose. Claiming your power is not about waiting for permission or hoping that someone will hand you the means to succeed. It is about recognizing that you already hold the seeds of greatness within you and making the conscious choice to take control of them. Power, in this sense, is not just physical strength or dominance over others. It is the ability to shape your own destiny. It is the courage to decide the direction of your life instead of allowing circumstances, other people, or fear to dictate it. Too many people live as if their future is something that will simply happen to them. They wait for opportunity, for validation, for the right time. But Zeus's example teaches us that the right time is the moment you decide to act. Claiming your power means owning your talents, your voice, and your decisions. It means standing tall, even when the world seems determined to keep you small. It means speaking your truth, even if it shakes the air around you like a clap of thunder. Zeus did not just hold the thunderbolt to intimidate. He used it to make his presence felt, to ensure that when he acted, the heavens and the earth listened. In your own life, your thunderbolt might be your skills, your ideas, your creativity, or your persistence, whatever it is. You must lift it high and make it known. The greatest tragedy is not in failing, but in never trying because you doubt your own strength. Many people have the power to change their lives but never claim it. They hide it, suppress it, or let it wither because they fear judgment or rejection. Zeus's story reminds us that if you do not claim your power, someone else will claim it for you and use it for their own purpose. But claiming your power is not a one-time act. It is a daily choice. Every morning, you must decide to be the master of your time, your mindset, and your energy. You must set boundaries, pursue your goals relentlessly, and refuse to be swayed by the noise of the crowd. Just as Zeus held the throne of Olympus through constant vigilance, you must guard your power against doubt, distraction, and negativity. Once you claim your power, you see the world differently. Obstacles become challenges rather than walls. Failure becomes feedback rather than defeat. You no longer wait for someone to tell you what is possible, you decide it for yourself. And in that moment, you step into the role of ruler over your own life, just as Zeus ruled the skies. The thunderbolt is yours, wield it. When Zeus became the ruler of Olympus, it was not sheer strength alone that kept him there. Raw power might win battles, but it cannot hold a kingdom together. What made Zeus truly supreme was his ability to balance force with wisdom. He knew when to act decisively and when to wait. He understood that ruling the heavens meant not only protecting his position, but ensuring that harmony was maintained among gods and mortals alike. In your own life, this principle is just as important. Strength may get you noticed, but wisdom will keep you on top. Wisdom is more than intelligence. It is the ability to see beyond the surface of a situation, to anticipate consequences before they happen, and to choose the path that serves the greater good. It means weighing your actions carefully, not letting emotions cloud your judgment, and recognizing that every decision you make shapes your future. Many people rush into situations, reacting impulsively, only to regret their choices later. Zeus teaches us that leadership requires patience, foresight, and the willingness to think beyond the moment. Leading with wisdom also means knowing the limits of your power. Even Zeus, the supreme god, understood that he could not control everything. There were forces of fate and laws of the universe that even he respected. This humility in the face of larger truths is a hallmark of wise leadership. It reminds us that being in control does not mean micromanaging every detail. It means guiding the flow and influencing the outcome while allowing room for natural growth. Another aspect of wisdom is the ability to listen. A ruler who refuses to hear counsel is destined to fail. Zeus surrounded himself with other powerful deities, each with their own domains, and listened when their expertise was needed. In our world, this means valuing the input of others, learning from mentors, and being open to perspectives that challenge your own. True wisdom is not rigid. It adapts, evolves, and seeks truth above ego. Finally, wisdom demands that you consider the legacy of your actions. Zeus's rule was not just about the present, it was about the stability of Olympus for generations to come. Likewise, your choices today will ripple into your tomorrow. A wise leader thinks long-term, making decisions that protect the future rather than chasing temporary satisfaction. This requires discipline, vision, and the courage to sometimes choose the harder path for the sake of lasting results. To lead with wisdom is to stand in the center of the storm with clarity of mind. It is to be the calm voice when others panic, the steady hand when others falter, and the guiding light when others are lost. Power without wisdom can destroy. Wisdom without power can be ignored. But together they make you unstoppable. Like Zeus, you must hold both the strength to act and the wisdom to know when and how to act if you are to rule your own Olympus. ChatGPT said, "When the skies roared and the seas churned, Zeus stood unshaken." He was not merely a ruler of the heavens, he was the master of the storm. The thunder and lightning were not random forces in his hands. They were deliberate, controlled, and purposeful. This is the essence of commanding the storm, to stand in the middle of chaos and still decide the direction of your next move. Life will throw you into tempests you did not choose. It will send winds of change that threaten to knock you down, and waves of uncertainty that rise higher than you thought possible. But like Zeus, you must not be swept away. You must learn to command the storm. Commanding the storm begins with controlling yourself. Chaos has a way of stirring panic in even the strongest people. Fear can cloud judgment, anger can lead to rash decisions, and despair can make you freeze when action is required. Zeus's greatest strength was not just that he could hurl lightning, it was that he could wield it with precision. In the same way, you must master your emotions so they serve you, not control you. This does not mean you deny what you feel. It means you channel it into power. When storms come, most people react. They get caught up in the noise, the drama, the confusion, but leaders, true leaders, respond with intent. They step back, assess the situation, and decide how to turn the storm to their advantage. Zeus knew that a storm could be a weapon or a shield depending on how it was used. You have that same choice in your life. Every difficulty can be a disaster that breaks you or a force that propels you forward. It depends on whether you let it toss you around or take the helm yourself. Another part of commanding the storm is knowing when to strike. A lightning bolt is powerful, but it must be aimed. In moments of turmoil, it is tempting to act out of desperation, but reckless moves often create bigger problems. Zeus teaches us that timing is everything. There are moments to move boldly, moments to wait patiently, and moments to shift your course entirely. Commanding the storm means you are not simply enduring chaos, you are navigating it with strategy. And perhaps the most powerful truth is this: storms will always come. They are part of the human journey. You cannot live a life free from challenges, just as the skies will never be forever clear. But if you can command the storm, if you can stand in the heart of it, unshaken, and direct its power, then no force on earth can truly defeat you. To command the storm is to declare that chaos will not dictate your fate. You are the one who decides, you are the one who acts, and when you rise above the waves, when you walk through the thunder without fear, the world will know, like Zeus, you are not just in the storm, you are the storm's master. Zeus was not only a conqueror and ruler, he was also a protector. His throne on Olympus was not just a seat of power, but a watchtower from which he safeguarded the balance of the world. He defended the heavens from rebellion, protected the natural order, and stood as a guardian over gods and mortals alike. This reminds us of an unshakable truth. True strength is not only measured by what you can take, but by what you can protect. Protecting what matters begins with knowing what truly matters to you. For Zeus, Olympus was not just a home, it was a symbol of divine unity and stability. For you, it might be your family, your principles, your dreams, or the vision you hold for your future. In a world full of distractions, temptations, and pressures, it is easy to lose sight of these priorities. That is why protection starts with clarity, understanding your values so deeply that nothing can shake your commitment to them. But protection is not passive. It is not just about building walls. It is about active defense. Zeus did not simply sit on his throne hoping Olympus would remain safe. He acted against threats. He punished those who sought to destroy harmony and struck swiftly when danger loomed. In the same way, you must guard your priorities against forces that threaten them, whether those forces are toxic relationships, unhealthy habits, or opportunities that pull you away from your true path. There will always be challenges trying to erode what you hold dear. Some will be obvious, open attacks on your dreams or values. Others will be subtle, slow compromises, small distractions, or whispers of doubt. Many people lose what matters most not because it was stolen, but because they failed to protect it from gradual decay. Like Zeus, you must be vigilant. You must pay attention to the small cracks before they become deep fractures. Protecting what matters also means making sacrifices. Zeus often acted in ways that were unpopular among certain gods or mortals, but his decisions were rooted in the greater good of Olympus. In your own life, there will be moments when you must let go of lesser things to guard the greater ones. You may have to say no to certain opportunities, resist the pull of short-term pleasure, or stand firm in the face of criticism. True guardianship requires courage and resolve. Ultimately, protecting what matters is an act of love and honor. It is the recognition that some things are worth defending at any cost. It is standing your ground when the world tries to move you. It is fighting for the dreams you have built, the values you hold, and the people who rely on your strength. Like Zeus, you must become a sentinel over your Olympus, ready, watchful, and unwavering. For when you guard what matters most, you ensure that the kingdom you have built will stand, not just for today, but for generations to come. Zeus's rise to power did not end the moment he claimed the throne of Olympus. Victory was not the final chapter, it was the beginning of a lifelong climb. Even as the supreme god, he continued to strengthen his rule, defend his realm, and expand his influence. He understood that there is no true finish line for those who wish to remain great. The moment you believe you have arrived is the moment you begin to fall. This is the essence of never stopping your rise, the commitment to keep pushing higher no matter how far you've already come. In life, many people reach a certain milestone, a good job, a comfortable position, a goal they worked years to achieve, and then they stop striving, they settle, thinking their journey is complete. But what they don't see is that comfort can quietly become a cage. The same mountain you once conquered can become the prison that keeps you from reaching the next peak. Zeus's story shows us that power and success must be nurtured, defended, and constantly renewed. Staying at the top takes as much energy and focus as getting there. Never stopping your rise means adopting a mindset of constant growth. Every day, you ask yourself, what can I learn today? How can I be better than yesterday? What new heights can I aim for? This doesn't mean you live in dissatisfaction. It means you live in ambition. It's about embracing the belief that no matter how much you've done, there is always more to discover, more to master, and more to give. But continual ascent is not only about achievement, it is about resilience. When Zeus faced challenges, even after becoming supreme, he did not see them as signs to give up. He saw them as opportunities to grow stronger. You will encounter setbacks on your path, sometimes right after great victories. This is where the will to rise again becomes essential. The true measure of a leader, a dreamer, or a fighter is not in how high they rise once, but in how many times they choose to rise again. To never stop rising is also to keep expanding your vision. Olympus may have been Zeus's domain, but he never stopped watching over the earth, the seas, and the skies. Likewise, your influence and purpose should reach beyond your current circle. When you climb higher, you not only elevate yourself, you create a path for others to follow. Your rise becomes a beacon, and so the journey continues. The climb never ends. Every summit you reach reveals another peak in the distance. Each victory becomes the foundation for the next challenge. Like Zeus, you are not meant to stand still in your success. You are meant to soar higher again and again. For the skies have no ceiling, and your Olympus is only the beginning.